film starts, and a girl named Sawyer is shown. She is a senior student in college. She receives a call while she is running, and this call is for an interview for which she has been waiting a long time. She becomes happy about this call, but she has to go to Washington for the interview. It is far from her house, and their festival is also approaching, during which the whole family celebrates together. While preparing for the interview, Sawyer gets ready and then moves to Washington without telling anyone. On the road she has to take, there is traffic because of the festival. She decides to take another route and arrives at a path she needs to follow. Moving forward, she finds that the path is closed. She decides to continue using a paper map. She will not use GPS. So, she selects a third route. After driving for a distance, she stops her car to check the map. As she is getting out of the car, another car stops in front of her. Two boys appear from it. They are brothers. At first, they talk to her nicely, but soon their behavior changes. They start misbehaving with Sawyer, and she kicks one of them, but he holds her back. Meanwhile, Sawyer injures the boy with a knife that she always keeps with her. Then, she runs away to escape. Afterward, the boys stand up and become furious. Now they want to catch Sawyer at any cost. Sawyer runs speedily to save her life and moves far from them. While running, she manages to escape, but now she is lost in the forest. Her leg is injured, and she gets tired from walking all day. She becomes thirsty, so she reaches a stream and drinks some water. However, night has fallen, and Sawyer has to spend the night there. On the other side, a lady calls the police to report a car that has been standing on the road for a day. There is no one inside the car, and a police officer arrives to investigate. He sees that it is Sawyer's car, but does not find anything when he checks around. However, he notices some marks indicating that someone was dragged. The police officer visits the nearby houses and reaches the siblings' house. While investigating, he finds the elder brother at home and asks, "Do you know whose car this is?" The brother clearly refuses, saying, "I don't know." Meanwhile, his younger brother arrives, having blood on his shirt, which is from where Sawyer attacked him. The officer sees them, but due to a lack of evidence, he leaves silently. Sawyer is shown at the shore of the stream in the forest. Her leg is injured, and she is in pain. Even though she is hungry and thirsty, having not eaten or drunk properly for the last 24 hours, she has become weak from blood loss. She moves forward slowly with her injured leg. Meanwhile, she hears some voices from the mountain and looks up to see a car falling down. It is Sawyer's car, thrown by those brothers. If the car remains near their house, the police will visit often, and they could be trapped because of it. So, they leave after throwing her car. Sawyer approaches the car and takes out her phone, but finds it broken. It is working, but the troubling thing is that its battery is low. Even more troubling is that there is no network in the forest, so she cannot send messages to anyone for help. She becomes so weak that she faints. In the next scene, she wakes up to find herself in a house. A boy named Lowell is in front of her. He has bandaged her injured leg. However, Sawyer does not trust him and feels fearful that he might harm her. She starts shouting, but Lowell forbids her from doing so. Sawyer stands up and tries to leave, but she falls down again due to weakness. She faints, and when she wakes up, she finds that Lowell has tied her hands and feet. Later, he gives her bread to eat, and then she asks him why she came into this forest. Hearing this, Lowell tells her everything about himself. On the other side, the brothers are shown in the forest searching for Sawyer. While looking for her, they find a piece of her clothing, confirming that she is still in the forest and nearby. Sawyer and Lowell are talking when they hear a car outside the house. Sawyer starts calling for help loudly. After hearing the car, Lowell shuts her mouth and says, "Keep quiet. Let me go check." When he checks, he sees the brothers there. Lowell is actually their cousin, and they ask about Sawyer, but he clearly refuses, saying, "I don't know any girl." They suspect him and do not believe him, so they come inside the house. Sawyer goes outside and hides in a damaged truck. Lowell comes to her when they leave and says, "You have made a mistake. You shouldn't have come out of the house. Now come on, get back inside." Lowell is actually a nice person, and he wants to save Sawyer from his cousins. He knows they are dangerous. Then, the police officer is shown, the one we saw near Sawyer's car. His senior officer asks him for a report on the case, asking if he has discovered anything about the car. The officer explains that there was a girl in the car who has been missing for many days, and they need to find her at any cost to solve the case. Later, the police officer goes to the brothers and says, "You made a mistake by letting that girl leave because this is a serious case. It has spread all over." In reality, the police officer is corrupt and is working with those brothers. Sawyer says to Lowell, "Please help me and let me go from here. I have to get to Washington for an urgent interview, and it isn't far from here." Lowell replies, "I have no car, but my cousins will go out this weekend. They have a task, so I will have their car at that time. Mike can drop you anywhere, so please be patient and stay here. It is just a matter of 2 to 3 days. Now they become friends, and Sawyer believes that Lowell is a nice person who does not want to harm her, but wants to help her. They start living in the house calmly. Here, we discover that Lowell is a chemistry student. He tells Sawyer about it while he is making a chemical. Later, the brothers come to Lowell's house again, this time bringing some boxes with them. As they enter the house, Lowell takes the opportunity to spread smoke in the house. Taking advantage of the confusion, Sawyer leaves and reaches the shore of the stream. Meanwhile, the brothers are unaware that Sawyer is living with their cousin, Lowell. In the police station, a police officer discovers that the corrupt officer is working with those brothers. Consequently, the police officer takes the corrupt officer at gunpoint. Before the police officer arrests him and tells him about others, he shoots him. Due to this, the police officer dies. Later, he disappears from his dead body with the help of those brothers. Then, the senior sheriff arrives, and the police officer puts the blame on the officer for the girl who was missing, the officer whom he terminated. So, they will consider that the officer has vanished, along with the girl. Now, the police officer has disappeared. The senior sheriff says, "Now I am taking the case from you and giving it to the state police because it is a serious matter." The corrupt officer becomes worried. Then, he goes to those brothers and says, "I think we will be caught." This police officer was also involved in crystal flowers with those brothers, and Lowell made those crystal flower. The boxes they brought to his house were crystal flower boxes. Meanwhile, the car of the corrupt police officer passes by. Lowell and Sawyer were sitting outside. He suspects that Sawyer is in Lowell's house. That's why he stops his car and says to Lowell, "I want to search your house." Lowell refuses him, stating that he will not let him search his house. He also points out that the officer doesn't have any warrant to search his house. Therefore, he can't search it. The police officer tells those brothers that he thinks the girl, Sawyer, is in Lowell's house, so they move to this house. As they enter, they see Sawyer there. They take Lowell and Sawyer at gunpoint. Seeing this, Lowell says, "You don't know why I keep her with me. Actually, I have made her a prisoner, and she used to do all my tasks." Later, he asks Sawyer to go and make coffee. Sawyer goes to the kitchen to make coffee. Then, she places the coffee mug into the oven and returns to Lowell. After some time, a voice comes from the oven, indicating that the coffee is ready. The younger brother goes near the oven, but then there is a huge blast in the oven. The younger brother dies there. The blast is so huge that the whole house burns. They fall outside the house and become injured. This happens because of the chemical that Lowell was making. He had also told Sawyer about it, so she could use it at the right time. Lowell and Sawyer are outside the house, where Lowell is injured, but Sawyer is fine. Meanwhile, the elder brother arrives, and he is completely burned. Lowell asks Sawyer to escape from there. When the other brother is about to shoot him, Lowell holds him from behind and points the gun at him while snatching it away. Before Lowell can end him, the corrupt officer comes from behind and shoots him. Here, he has ended one of the brothers, so no evidence will be left. Sawyer tries to run from there, but the police officer takes her to the shore of the stream and tries to drown her. The screwdriver given by Lowell, which he asked her to keep with her, drops in the water, but Sawyer picks it up somehow. She attacks the police officer with it, then comes out of the stream while attacking him repeatedly and injuring him. She makes her way to the main road while returning. Meanwhile, many police cars are shown coming behind, responding to Sawyer's case, as many murders have already occurred here. A police officer is also missing, along with Sawyer and her car. When the cops arrive, it is clear that Sawyer's life has been saved. If the corrupt officer escapes, the police will catch him here. And the movie ends. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.